You're spending thousands of dollars on ads every single month. And it's working. You're getting customers. But the real hit to your business is this. 7 out of 10 customers buy once and never come back. The stores that are making $500K plus per month, they've figured out how to flip that. They're using a simple email system that's bringing in an extra 20 to 40K per month. And that's from customers they've already paid to acquire. And right now, these customers are just sitting in your Shopify dashboard, just collecting dust. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn those emails from those customers into actual repeat sales. Let's get into it. All right, guys, let me be honest with you. I've talked to hundreds of e-commerce store owners. Most of them either never email their list or they send one random promo code every couple of months. And honestly, guys, it's a huge missed opportunity. Email works completely different from Google Ads and Meta Ads. With ads, you're constantly paying to acquire new customers. Every click or every view, that's costing you. But with email, you've already covered your acquisition cost. These are people who've bought from you, or they've handed over their email because they wanted to hear from you. Now it's basically just about staying in front of them. And the only real cost is paying for your email tool like Klaviyo. The leverage is insane. You can send one email to 10,000 people in minutes. This kind of scale, utilized well, can completely shift how your business performs. Plus, unlike social media platforms where the algorithm can decide who sees your content, email is direct. If your emails are solid, they're going to hit their inbox. Simple as that, and the numbers prove it. 61% of people check their inbox multiple times a day. So email isn't dying, far from it. It's still one of the most consumed channels out there, right up there with social media. All right, so every email that you send has one of two jobs. Get someone to buy right now, or increase the chance that they're going to buy from you later. That's it. Email lets you build trust and move people towards a purchase. And the best part is you're speaking to them directly in their inbox. Let me show you what this looks like with a quick example. Let's say you run a store like Pet Toy Land here that sells dog toys and accessories. The first type of email is what I call the sales activators. These are the emails that are meant to move revenue today. For example, your cart is waiting. Complete your order and get 10% off that chew toy. Back in stock. Indestructible ball launcher, only 47 left. Last chance. Our summer sale ends tonight at midnight. These are straightforward promotions designed to get clicks and purchases right now. The second type is what I call your trust builders. For a brand like Pet Toyland, this might look like 3 mistakes that dog owners make when choosing chew toys that can damage their teeth. Customer spotlight, how Max, the golden retriever, finally learned to stop chewing furniture. Behind the scenes, why we switched to natural rubber for our pet toy line. These aren't trying to force a sale. They're giving value, educating, entertaining, and keeping your brand top of mind. Now, what most e-commerce store owners get wrong is that they only send the first one, the sales activators. It's always buy this, flash sale, 20% off. And then they're confused when people unsubscribe, don't open, and don't click. But the brands that are winning with email, they deliver value in every message. Whether it's a quick tip, product education, or a dose of social proof. And they make it easy to shop if someone's ready. Think about it. If someone bought a dog toy from Pet Toyland 3 months ago, they don't need another discount code. They need a reason to remember why they fell in love with this brand. Maybe it's a training tip, or seeing another customer's dog absolutely loving this chew toy. Okay guys, let's go a little bit deeper and explore how to actually send these emails to your customers. The first thing I recommend is segmenting your list. This one's big. Research shows that brands that segment their list generally see an increase in ROAS of 791%. Let me give you a real scenario. Sarah buys a dog bed from Pet Toy Land on Monday. Then on Friday, she sees an email that says, 20% off all dog beds this weekend. She literally just bought one. What do you think she's going to think and feel when she sees this? So the email feels really tone deaf, yeah? And she's probably not going to open your next email. Now imagine instead of that email, she gets this one. 3 ways to keep your new dog bed fresh and clean. Plus, here are the other toys other golden retriever owners pair with it. See the difference? Same customer, completely different experience. And the key takeaway? You can't send the same message to fresh customers to those that haven't made a purchase in 6 months. They're in totally different places. And to make this even more simple, here are 5 segments that every e-com store owner really should have. Let's start with first-time buyers. They took a chance on you, and now you want to focus on helping them use and enjoy the product that they just bought. Give them a few helpful tips and gently guide them towards that second order. Something like how to get the most out of your new indestructible dog chew ball. Now the next group you want to segment are your repeat customers. These are the VIPs, the people that already love your brand. So treat them like it. Give them early access to new products, exclusive perks. Just make them feel like they're on the inside. For example, you're one of our top customers. Here's early access to our new puzzle feeder collection. Next, you've got your cart abandoners. These are people that were so close to buying, but they didn't finish their checkout. Most of the time, a simple reminder is all that's needed to bring them back. Something like, still thinking about it? Here's what's waiting in your cart. Then you've got your browse abandoners. These are people that viewed a product but didn't add it to cart. So here you want to pull them back with social proof and other trust builders. For example, here's why 500 plus dog owners are obsessed with the automatic ball launcher. And then you've got inactive customers. They bought once, but they haven't come back in 60 to 90 days or more. This is your chance to win them back. You can use a small incentive to remind them why they loved you in the first place. Something like, we miss you, here's 15% to welcome you back. So basically guys, you can see it. The more relevant your emails are to each segment, the more money you're gonna make. It's that simple. And the good news is it's actually really easy to set this up. If you're using Klaviyo, OmniSend, or even MailChimp, you can build all these segments. It only takes a few minutes. No coding, nothing complicated. It's literally just a few clicks. We're going to show you how to set this all up in Klaviyo in a future video. So make sure to subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss it. Okay guys, the next thing you need to absolutely get right is how your emails look on mobile. Around 60% of people open this email on their phone. So if your emails don't look good on mobile, you're gonna lose some sales. Let me paint a picture of what's happening right now. Someone's standing in line at Starbucks scrolling their phone. Your email pops up. New arrivals. Durable dog toys your pup will love. They open it. But the product image, it's cut off. The shop now button, it's tiny. They have to zoom in 3 times to hit it. The text is cramped together, hard to read. And what do? They just close it. They probably won't open your next email. You probably don't even see this actually happening. On your laptop, the emails look perfect. But that's not the full story. Let me show you what's actually messing up your emails on mobile. First, tiny buttons. If your call to action is tinier than your thumb, people can't click it. I see this all the time, buttons that are like 10 to 12 pixels tall. On your mobile, the buttons need to be at least 44 pixels. Otherwise, people can't click it. Next problem, images that are sized for desktop. You upload this beautiful 1200 pixel photo, and it looks amazing on the computer. But on mobile, it either gets cut off or it takes forever to load. And if it takes more than a couple of seconds to load, they're gone. So keep your images under 600 pixels wide and make sure they're compressed so they load fast. Another big one, guys, is paragraphs that feel like a wall of text. On desktop, 3 to 4 sentences in a paragraph looks totally normal. But on mobile, it feels like I'm reading a full novel. Nobody's reading that. So keep it short. 1 to 2 sentences max per paragraph when you're writing for mobile. Then there's the multi-column issue. Those 2-column layouts with products side by side. On desktop, they look great. But on your phone, they can turn into a jumbled mess. So stick to a simple single-column layout for mobile. It's cleaner, people can actually read it. So before you hit send, do this real quick. Send yourself a test email. Open it on your actual phone, not the preview, a real test email. Then tap every single button and every single link with your thumb. If you miss or you have to zoom in, fix it. Make sure the images load quickly, under 2 seconds. If they don't, compress them. And read the copy on your phone screen. If you're scrolling forever or squinting to read it, it's too long or too small. Now, most email platforms like Klaviyo have a mobile preview mode, and it's definitely helpful, but honestly guys, check it on your actual phone. And real talk, guys, I've seen stores boost their click-through rates by 40 to 60% just by optimizing for mobile. That's not just some tiny change. That's like real money. So make sure you stay on top of this. Okay, so you're probably also thinking, Sam, what is the best email format? Like, what should I actually be sending? What I recommend is this: keep it simple. One of the easiest wins is to create a simple, clean email template and then just stick with it. Think about your favorite coffee shop. You walk in, you know exactly what you're getting, and you know it's going to be good every time. That's the feeling you want with your emails. Your emails should be instantly recognizable in their inbox. They should know what to expect and trust that it's going to be great. They're going to get value when they open. Let me give you an example. Let's say that every Tuesday, Pet Toy Land sends an email that starts with Dog Parent Tip of the Week. After a few weeks, your customers, your audience, are going to start expecting it. They look forward to it. They open it knowing they're going to get something useful. Maybe a training tip, a guide to choosing the right dog toy, or a fun customer story. And at the bottom, there's always a simple shop this week's featured toy. That's it, same structure every time. No surprises, no confusion. Now compare that to a store that just sends off random emails. On Monday, it's flash sale, 50% off. 2 weeks later, it's, hey, check out our new blog. A month goes by and it's suddenly, we're still here, please buy something. Which one are you going to trust more? For e-commerce, there's a really simple email format that just works. Step 1, start with a clear subject line. Make it something that either delivers value or sparks curiosity. For value, it could be 3 mistakes that ruin dog toys and how to avoid them. And for curiosity, something like, we almost didn't release this toy. Step 2, lead with one strong idea or tip. Not 3 tips, not 5 products, just one thing. Make it valuable, make it clear. Step 3, include one clear call to action. Don't give people 10 different things to click. Just one button, one link, something simple like shop the indestructible ball, read the full guide, see customer reviews. Step 4, keep it clean and simple. No flashing graphics, no 17 different fonts. Your email should feel like a helpful message from a friend, not a digital billboard. So if there's one thing you want to take from this, consistency makes you familiar. And familiar brands get opened more. And they get bought from more. It's really that simple. Okay, so how often should you be emailing your customers? For most e-commerce brands, the sweet spot is around 2 to 3 emails per week. Now, before you panic and think, oh, Sam, that's way too much. I'm already drowning in my ad account. Just hear me out. You're already spending on ads and tweaking your campaigns non-stop. You're checking ROAS constantly, handling disapproved ads, account issues, basically all the usual chaos. Meanwhile, you've got what, a couple of thousand on your email list? People who already bought from you? Or those that have literally raised their hand and said, yes, I want to hear from you. And you've emailed them maybe once or twice in the past few months. That's money just sitting right there. If your emails are valuable, people want to hear from you. Brands that usually email more often generally make more money, as long as the quality is actually good. So let's talk about how to approach this. Start with once a week. That's it. One email, same time, same day, every week. Keep it consistent, because one genuinely helpful email once per week is so much better than emailing inconsistently. Once you're comfortable, maybe 4 to 6 weeks in, you can bump things up to maybe 2 or 3 emails per week. And here's a super simple way to structure it. Email 1, value driven. A tip, a bit of education, maybe a customer story, something genuinely helpful. Email 2, promotional. A product highlight, a sale, a new arrival, something that drives revenue. Email 3, a mix of both. A helpful piece of content with an easy way to shop attached to it. See how that flows? You're not blasting people with non-stop sales pitches. You're giving value and building trust. Then you make it easy for them to buy when they're ready. And at the end of the day, it's all about quality, not how many emails you send. So don't send an email just to check a box. Make sure that every email is actually worth opening. Okay, so now let me share how I actually recommend you approach your email workflow. Take 2 to 3 hours once per month. Sit down and write 8 to 12 emails in one go. Then load them into Klaviyo, schedule them, and you're done. That's your entire month handled. No more scrambling every Tuesday trying to figure out what to write. Stores I've worked with went from emailing once monthly to twice a week. That alone added 10 to 15K per month in revenue, just from their existing subscribers. Basically, it's free money, way cheaper than what you're spending to get these new customers through your ads. Okay, I also get a lot of questions on how to keep your emails out of the promotions tab on Gmail. And I get it, if your emails land in promotions, far fewer people will see them. Open rates drop 30 to 50% just from being in that tab. Now, you can't completely control where Google puts your emails. Their algorithms make that call based on a bunch of different signals. So focus on what you can control. Make sure that your emails are messages that people want, not ads that they ignore. So let's talk about what actually works. Number one, as I've said many times, keep it simple. Make it look more like a personal email than an ad. Think about the difference between these two emails. This screams promo tab, but compare it to this. This feels more personal. See the difference? The second one reads like an actual email from a person, not an email blast. Number two, limit your links, 1 to 2 max. The more links you include, the higher chance that Google sees your email as promotional. And this is where most e-com brands overdo it. They link to 5 different products, their Instagram, their blog, their entire footer navigation, and then the unsubscribe link at the top and the bottom. That's like 10 links already. Google looks at that and just goes, yep, that's promo. So keep it simple. 1 main link, your primary call to action, and maybe 1 backup link if you really need it. Number 3, avoid spammy language. Gmail's filters are overly sensitive to any language that sounds promotional. Stuff like free shipping, free gift, act now, don't miss out, percentage off, sale ends soon, a bunch of exclamation points. And of course, all caps. Now, I'm not saying you can never use these, but the more that you pack into this email like this, the higher the chance of getting stuck in that promotional tab. So instead of something like this, limited time, 50% off all toys, free shipping, try something more natural, like, we're running a sale on dog toys this week, thought you'd want to know. Same message, a lot less spammy. All right, number 4, get people to actually engage with your emails. This is the secret sauce that not a lot of people talk about. Most people don't realize this, but Gmail actually looks at who interacts with your emails. If people open your emails, click on them, or even better, they actually reply to you, Gmail takes notice. It starts seeing your emails as important, and it moves them from the promotions inbox to the primary inbox. So the best move? End your email with a question that actually gets people to respond. Let's stick with the pet toyland store, for example. Here's what I would write. Hey, hit reply. What's your favorite dog toy right now? Quick question. Are you looking for indoor toys or outdoor toys for your pup? Curious, how long do chew toys actually last for your dog? Even if only a handful of people respond, that engagement tells Gmail, people care about this, and that improves your inbox placement over time. Now, even if you do everything that I just showed you perfectly, some of your emails are still going to end up in the promotions tab. That's just how Gmail works these days. But people do check their promotions tab, especially when they're in shopping mode or looking for deals. So if your subject line grabs attention and your email delivers value, they're going to open it, promotions tab or not. At the end of the day, I'll keep coming back to this, guys. Just send emails that people genuinely want to read. Do that, and the rest just kind of takes care of itself. Guys, that's it for this video. If I could just leave you with one thing. Email is literally one of the highest ROI channels you have access to. Think about it, you've already paid to get these customers. Now it's time to actually build a relationship with them. Turn them into people that keep coming back and buying from you. Now, if you want help with setting up all your emails for your store and doing so profitably, or maybe you're already doing emails but you want to take it to the next level, that's exactly what we do at KeyCommerce. I'm going to drop a link below so you can book a free strategy call with us. We're going to show you the email system that we're going to build for your business that actually drives profits from repeat customers. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Make sure to check out our other videos. This one here might be especially useful for you.